Ladies and gentlemen, in a bizarre and controversial series of developments that have taken place, the US Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken, has tried to meddle in India's affairs. And if you see it, there is a pattern that has essentially emerged. US has been continually trying to nudge India in one way or the other, right from the abrogation of Article 370 to the toolkit plot and also to the farmers and CAA.
Well, the difference today, Shawan, is that the attempt to interfere in our internal affairs is coming from the official US government. And on behalf of all of India, barring the one lobby that is perpetually in awe and civility to the US government, we say to Washington, mind your own business. We don't need sermons, approvals or intervention. Here's the story and then we debate. Arnab is also joining us. US Secretary of State Anthony Blinken tried to subtly make a point on India's domestic affairs, or at least what seemed like the US spin to it at the press conference on Wednesday.
We talk about, in our founding document, the search for a more perfect union. That, by definition, means that we're not perfect. And sometimes we're at moments when the challenge is painful. It can even be ugly. And ultimately, I think we have in our democracies self-righting mechanisms that are made up of free citizens of different backgrounds, different faiths, free media, our democracies. And I think, humbly, we can learn from each other because no democracy, regardless of how large or how old, has it all figured out.
What is now controversially emerging is that the US Secretary of State had a discussion with civil society members on India's internal affairs. One participant said that from farmers' protest to CAA, from freedom of the press to minority rights, the US Secretary of State discussed each of them. What does America have to do with India's domestic affairs? Who is America to preach on India's domestic affairs? The people of India are rightly so furious, and some leaders are taking a position on it.
If Indian representatives in US goes to blacks and talks to them, their custodial death, police coercion on ethnic basis, that is undesirable elements which are happening in US. And religious coercion also, minorities are being harassed. But India does not intervene. Therefore, India also expects all other countries to maintain the diplomatic cordial relationship and not to intervene in domestic affairs.
With over 1,000 shooting incidents this month alone, with among the highest incidents of systemic racism, with the harshest punishments against anti-national activity, India doesn't need a lesson from Washington.
What do you want? I think we are.
New India neither needs sermons from the US nor needs Washington's approval and counseling on our matters. Right from the fake hype on Article 370 to the toolkit plot to the US media lobbies desperately rallying against Indian interests, the signs to desperately meddle into Indian affairs have been glaring and clear. Today, as it comes from the official American government, the question is, why is a lobby in India so enthusiastically cheering it on? Are they in denial about America's intent, or are they in cahoots with them for it? Let's debate.